Hey guys, thank you guys for tuning in today. Today I have with me two of our church's graduates. I have Kaylee over here on my right and Dalton over here on my left. Kaylee, what school do you go to?
I go to Peniel Baptist Academy.
All right, awesome.
I go to QI Roberts Senior Junior High School.
Awesome. And this year's been kind of different with the whole, coronavirus thing and all this kind of stuff. You guys have had quite a lot of disappointments in the last few months, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
All right. And so, what I want to do is I'm trying to make you guys kind of the highlight for right now. This is going on our youth group YouTube channel and also on our Facebook page. And so it's going to be out there for our whole church to see because our church Facebook page is going to share it as well.
Okay.
And so it's going to be out there for a lot of people to see. And the whole point of this today is so that our kids have some kind of last words from these guys. And these aren't the only two, but these were the ones that weren't shy and were willing to be and willing to indulge me in doing a video interview. And so we're going to kind of dive into just a few questions, just so you guys get to know them a little bit better and get to know what they are looking for a little bit better. Here's the first question, and ladies first, obviously. So what are your plans now that you've graduated?
Now that I've graduated, I'm planning on continuing to finish my AA degree, and then I'm going to finish my AS degree as well before completing my bachelor's.
And what are you going to study?
I'm going into business, but I haven't selected like a major yet.
That's cool. That's good. All right, Dalton, what about you?
Okay, so since I've graduated, I have joined the U.S. Air Force, where I plan on becoming a pilot after I go to a little bit of college that they're going to help me with. And I also plan on to retire from the Air Force and possibly start a business sometime after that.
All right, awesome. So let's kind of get into a little bit deeper, some deeper questions. All right, that was kind of superficial and all that kind of stuff, and it's great that we know that kind of information because it kind of gives us a little bit what your personality is. But I want to get a little bit deeper. So what is your favorite memory from high school? Kaylee, you go first.
If I had to pick a favorite memory, I would probably go with a leadership trip I took in the summer of my freshman year with kids from my school, because it was with a small group of us, and we really got to bond in ways that sometimes you can't in a normal high school setting because of the cliques and the drama and peer pressure and whatnot. So we really got to be ourselves and get to know each other.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I remember doing that kind of stuff. I went to a small Christian school. I remember doing that kind of stuff as well, and it was fun.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun.
And I never would have met those people or like have become friends with them if it hadn't have been for that trip.
Exactly. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know when you do those kind of activities what God intends to do with those things, and sometimes you meet people you would have never met, and sometimes those might be even friendships that last a lifetime. So you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Agreed.
Dalton, what about you?
So some of my best memories in high school, because I can't pick just one. Definitely my senior soccer season. This team this year was the best in history. We broke every record that Palaca High had ever set. We broke it, shattered it. And then my other favorite would probably be at the beginning of the summer, our youth trip that we went on, and how that impacted me, not only as a person but as a Christian. It helped me form really strong relationships with people in our youth group. Some of those I think are going to last for a very long time. Yeah. Met my best friend in the whole wide world there too. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for those of you guys kind of tuning in, last year for camp we went to Lookout Mountain, Georgia. It's kind of a weird place. First time I've been there. Kind of a weird place because part of the mountain is in Georgia, part of the mountain is in Tennessee. So you don't really know where you're at the moment as you're driving up and down the mountain. But for us Floridians, getting up to 1,800 feet was an awesome experience. We're used to nice sea level. I think the highest point in Florida is 50 feet above sea level or something ridiculous like that. But it was a great experience in that regard. So let's now that I've gotten that out of the way, what was your biggest struggle in high school? What was your biggest struggle in high school?
Well, I struggled a lot in high school with other people, the cliques and the drama and everything, and trying to do what I wanted to do as an individual and be who I wanted to be. And it was very hard for me to find a place where I fit in while also being myself and having to deal with, other people and rumors and all the garbage that can come with being in high school, because you want to be a mature person, but sometimes being in situations like that brings out the worst in you, and it brings out the worst in other people, and it's hard.
Yeah. So how did you overcome that struggle?
I would say God helped me to get through it the most, like just praying and everything. And a lot of it really, it wasn't so much about finding a solution where I could ignore it or anything. It was honestly just getting through it. Just becoming a more mature person. And because it did bother me for quite a while, but it was one of those things where I had to kind of build up an endurance or an immunity to what people were saying, and you can only do that through continued experience and a negative environment like that. So
that's good. Awesome. What about you, Dalton?
I think the biggest thing for me was to just find out where I fit in high school. I always wanted to be with a different group that I didn't really fit in with that well. I wasn't one of the coolest kids or whatnot. But it was just trying to find out who I was as a person.
Yeah.
The way that I overcame that was when I came to Christ, and I found where I fit, where I'm supposed to be, what my life is supposed to be like, and the youth group helped me overcome that a lot. Just by being there, and I had those interactions, I found a place where I'm meant to be, where I fit in.
That's what youth group is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a refuge, a place to go to, where you can be open with people and share with people. I know here, there's always going to be cliques, or I should say this. There's always cliques, but some people are going to gel better, together with others than with some other people. There's always going to be that. But you want to make sure that everybody is included. And I try my hardest. It doesn't always work, but I try my hardest to make that happen. So, question 4, would you change anything about your high school years?
I wouldn't change anything I did, because I pretty much did everything I wanted to do, goal-wise, interest-wise. I think I would change how I thought about certain things. I personally still do not like high school. I did not like it at all. A lot of people do like it. More power to them. I'm glad that they enjoyed it, But for me, I really wish I had just changed my perspective to where I didn't really worry so much about what other people thought of me, because I would have been a lot happier. A lot happier.
Yeah. I know for me, looking back now, compared to you guys, I feel old. 35, so I feel kind of old. But looking back, I actually enjoyed my college years a lot more than my high school years, and that's something that you may end up feeling too in the end. I like that there was more freedom. A lot of times, yes, sometimes you're kind of told, hey, you need these requirements, but then you get into your electives and you're like, I can choose this, I can choose that, I can do whatever I want. And it was a whole lot better experience in college. And you have so many classes to choose from. And I know, coming from a small Christian school, it was nice to see different faces every class, and not the same, few people in every single stinking class. So,
as a dual enrolled student, I certainly enjoyed my years of high school that I dual enrolled more than the ones where I was just in high school.
A different environment.
Yes, it was so much better, and in a lot of ways, it really helped me. I wouldn't say it helped save my life, but it really helped to put me in a better place mentally and everything, because I was a lot happier.
That's good. Dalton, what about you?
I don't think I would change much, other than I wish I could go back and tell myself, enjoy it while you can. because I just wanted to get out of high school. I just wanted it to be done, over with. I was sick of sitting in classes. I wish I could go back to the beginning of this year and just enjoy it a little bit more, especially since it ended the way it did. Didn't get to go see my friends for the last 2 months of school. I really wish I could just go back and tell them, hey, enjoy that while you have it, because it's not going to be the same after all this.
Yeah. So hopefully, we're, right now we're in the month of May, trying to reopen as a state here in Florida. We're reopening things in phases, trying to figure some things out. There's all kinds of rumors as to what's going on and what next year is going to look like. I've even heard one where they may take a hiatus and go to long distance learning from like January through February during the middle of flu season, which they're thinking this thing could flare back up around that time. But we don't know. We really don't know. And so that's kind of been the thing for the last few months, is we just actually don't know. We don't know how everything is going to go. And so, I know here in this county, you guys are going to get to graduate in August, at the beginning of August, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys are actually fortunate. There's kids all around the country that don't have anything scheduled.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, and so at least, although you guys don't get to walk right now, because typically you guys would be walking either last week or this week, and at least you guys get to walk. It's a couple months late, but at least you guys get to walk. Some people, they're just getting handed their diploma, and they've worked so hard, and all that's gone.
I think that would have broke my heart. Yeah. Honestly, I would have cried. I still cried that it got postponed. So,
it's hard because you think at the end of May you're going to walk. It's going to be this big thing and all that kind of stuff. I know you were hoping to ship out sometime in June for the Air Force and all that. It's the Air Force, correct? Yeah. I know you were hoping that, and then all of a sudden it's just smashed. And here's the one thing I'm going to give you guys that's a little bit of comfort. We're all in this together.
Right.
Everyone's plans have been dashed.
Yeah.
Right now in our country, there's 40 million people without jobs.
Yeah,
that's huge.
I was really upset with everything that happened to me at first, but if you put it into perspective, we have zero problems. I do, at least compared to other people.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for what little did happen. To me.
Exactly.
So
just be thankful that you have your health, you have all this kind of stuff going for you, and you still have a good future in front of you. So I don't want you to be discouraged.
Right. It's just another obstacle.
Exactly. It's just one more thing to overcome. And here's the great thing is the Lord allows these things a lot of times to come into our lives so that He can grow us. He doesn't always bring it on us, but He allows things to come into our lives that are going to grow us as His people. And so, the Bible refers to Him as the gold and silversmith. He's got to put us into the fire to refine us. And the fire isn't always fun. Yep. And so those are definitely big obstacles. And so this is just one more challenge for you to go through. And so, hey, you guys are handling it fairly well. Especially for being 18, 19 years of age, you guys are doing very, very well for it. So let's go on to our last question to kind of wrap things up a little bit. What are the last words you want to leave our youth group?
Put God first. Follow His plan for your life, not what other people tell you to do, because you won't be happy and you'll probably end up, in a bad place, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then, talk to other people that you normally wouldn't talk to, especially if you are still in high school. Venture out and meet the person, introduce yourself to them that you wouldn't normally talk to. Because, when you get past all of your, presumptions or what you think about somebody, and you find out who they really are, a lot of times you'll find that you have similar interests and that you can sometimes be friends for life with those people. We all have similar struggles and we all go through similar problems, and sometimes if we can just communicate with each other, we'll be able to figure that out and be stronger together.
Awesome. Good word. What about you, Dalton?
Firstly, I just want to say to my youth group, I love you guys. You guys are family to me. Secondly, I want to tell y'all to follow God and what He's calling you to do. Listen to Him, pray to Him. But most importantly, remember that we are meant to stand out from the crowd. Never follow into the crowd. Always stand out from the crowd. We are meant to lead people to Christ. We're supposed to be little Christ. That's what Christian means. So if you continue to do that, then we'll make a huge impact together as a family.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming here. I know this is kind of something new for you guys to kind of be on the interview, especially a video interview like this. I know it's definitely a different experience. And so I want to thank you guys for doing this and for giving our youth group something to remember you guys by, leaving a legacy through video in that. And so for those of you guys tuning in on Facebook, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, it is Unshaken Youth Ministry, CIMC. Just look us up on YouTube. This will also be there, and I'll post a link on Facebook as well. And for those of you guys that are tuning in on YouTube, look us up at Unshaken CIMC on Facebook and subscribe to that as well. Give us a thumbs up on that. And I hope that our youth group will be an encouragement to you and will help you guys to see who Jesus really is. Thank you guys. Bye.